Hey everybody, Hollywoodpizza here, and we've got some Bant Planeswalkers for you today. We're playing a deck built around Storm the Festival and the new card, Jace, the Perfected Mind. Jace has just been overperforming. It either can keep a creature off of combat for a while, it can draw you some extra cards, or at the end of the day, it ends up becoming a card that is just a finisher, where you can just get it up to 10-12 loyalty and then just start to mill your opponent out. Play a second one, and then just continue from there. So we also have Storm the Festival. You get to look at your top 5 cards of your library. You get to put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them on the battlefield, and the rest go on the bottom. Essentially putting a Jace or maybe like 2 Planeswalkers on the battlefield, a Wandering Emperor, Teferi. We have Tamiyo in the deck, and the Eternal Wanderer, which is another card from the new set. And this card's just been absolutely phenomenal as well. I played a ton of this card in early access. We've got some videos as well on this card, so check all those out. As well, we also have Urza, Lord Protector, and the Mightstone Weakstone, which together meld into Urza Planeswalker. And trust me, it's a lot easier to do than you think. We do it quite a lot. You're definitely in for quite a treat here. But Urza, the Planeswalker, just helps you come back in any game. And if you're already ahead, it pretty much just seals the game right away, where you use 2 of its abilities. It can gain you some life to get out of invoke range. Make some tokens to kind of block for your other planeswalkers, and it also exiles a non-land permanent, so if you get to do that twice in a turn, the game kind of just ends there. We also have Iker Gauntlet, which is an interesting card where it can give all your planeswalkers proliferate, and then if your planeswalkers have enough loyalty, you can just -12 and take an extra turn, which is, yeah, that's definitely something. If you start to do that, the game's definitely going to end. Card's pretty powerful. Definitely just trying it out as like a one of these little spicy cards that we've been testing, but you know, it can definitely turn into another removal spell if you need that. We also have some more green in Shigeki. Just a great card. It comes down as a 2-mana 1/3. It can block pretty well. Then for 2 mana, you get to return it to your hand. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put a land onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest do go into your graveyard. But when you have cards like Storm the Festival, Tamiyo can get things back from the graveyard as well. Putting cards in your graveyard doesn't really seem all that bad. And on top of that, it also has Channel where you can discard it and return any number of non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. So we're not able to get some of our top end, like the Planeswalkers, but we can get back a Storm of the Festival, which could find some Planeswalkers to get back our Farewells, Depopulates, Wedding Announcements, kind of grind the game from there. And speaking of Wedding Announcement, just another phenomenal card as always. On top of that, we also have Skrell's Hive, so combined with the Skrells into the Wedding Announcement, you can actually see how we can go wide with this deck and kind of get a poison kill later. Lots of different options in this deck besides the Planeswalkers. Mightstone Weakstone is just a great value card. And of course, the 2 Farewells and 3 Depopulates really keep like aggressive decks or mid-range decks, you know, at bay while you kind of get your Planeswalker playing going, and then kind of just start to turn the corner and win the game from there. On top of that, we also have like a 1 of Broker's Ascendancy, 1 of Celestis, and the Soul Partition to kind of help with a little bit of some early removal on top of the blocking from like a Wedding Announcement or a Shigeki. We also have a couple Make Disappears, 2 Negates, and the 3 Canker Blooms. This card's from the brand new set, just phenomenal card overall. I really think that this is probably like one of the best type of effects like this, like a Kasali Pride Mage. The card from Midnight Hunt as well that definitely been getting a little bit used to playing there. But the Canker Bloom kind of just does a lot of different things, a lot of different decks, and expect to see this card either main deck or sideboard like going forward. We also have 3 Circle Confinements to help against anything that's like vampire based, or kind of just get rid of anything that's 3 or less. If it is vampire based, and you get to gain a couple points of life, which is phenomenal against things like Bloodtithe Harvester, anything like that. On top of that, this kills, you know, Flesh Gorgers at their prototype range and things like Graveyard Trespassers. So card's definitely like a house once it comes in out of the board. And even against red decks, this card's just really phenomenal. Couple Faithful Absences against like control, against anything that's like creature based early. Get rid of some Planeswalkers, just get rid of those threats really quickly. It's not ideal because they do get a clue, so they potentially get to redraw into something later, but at the same time, for 2 mana, you don't really mind destroying that card and then kind of like giving yourself some tempo and some time to set up. 2 Unlicensed Hearths for the graveyard strategies as well, get rid of those. Just a phenomenal card. An extra Farewell kind of gives us 3, which is just really good when coupled with essentially what ends up being like a 4th copy of that 6 mana board, right, with the Eternal Wanderer. So that's just really great there. But overall, this deck's just been a house against black decks. And I can imagine it's probably really good against a lot of other things as well. We didn't really get too many games out of it, but the games that we did get out of it, this deck did some really, really powerful things. And yeah, I think it's just going to be great for ladder, and I actually think it's going to be great for tournaments as well. Let's jump into some games. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be pretty hype, Max. We have Streamer Showdown tomorrow night. Definitely catch that. Going to be on around... I'm going to be on normal time, but the showdown itself is going to be on around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think we keep this. It's not the greatest, not the worst. Don't forget to use that code there as well for Factor. Get your first box 50% off if you use that code. You can find it in the chat and Twitch, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find that in the description down below, as well as my giveaways and my content and just more information overall, including the deck list on this deck. And opponent's going to pump it up. We can just block. A little bit awkward drawing the Razor Verge there, but we could Jace. Yeah, you know what? Jace does seem pretty good. Yeah, we're going to uptick here. No attacks. We'll pass it back just in case they find some way to attack for more than the -1. Right now, Jace is seeming pretty good. We can just keep upticking on it. This Razor Verge is going to come into play tap, which is a bit annoying, but it's okay. Trespasser is a great card, but we have the Wedding Announcement to keep that away for a while. So let's do that here. Let's uptick on the Sleeper. Let's get this Wedding Announcement down. No attacks from the Shigeki in case we need to block, and we'll pass it back. So right now the only thing they have to really attack is the Trespasser, unless they wanted to spend their whole turn activating their creature land. Looks like they might have a Gopher here. Okay, just the Crown. Pretty happy with seeing the Crown. And just 5. No trample here, so we'll block. We get to untap. We hit our 5th land, but it does come into play tapped, and that's fine. Let's see. Return. Put a land card. Rest into my graveyard. Let's uptick here. End the turn. We get another token. So this is 3, so that's only 18 cards right now. Okay, they're going to pump that up. That's fine. Turns into an 0-3. We can just block here. They have another Sleeper. Not really a big deal. Going to attack. I mean, we have the blowout here with the Farewell, honestly. No trample. No trample. We'll block. We'll bounce the Shigeki to our hand. Whiffed on the land, so we don't get the Farewell, but it does get rid of 4 cards that aren't lands. So it gives us a better chance of top decking this land that we just drew here. We'll exile all creatures. There's no graveyards. Well, we have a graveyard. We do take advantage of our graveyard a little bit. I think all creatures is... Well, we can get rid of artifacts too because it'll get rid of the Crown. Yep, let's get rid of all creatures, all artifacts. We'll go ahead and uptick on the Jace. We'll get a 1-1. That turns into a 2-2. And pass it back. Right now, we're playing Bant Planeswalkers. We're playing a Bant Storm the Festival deck. Is pretty much what it is. They do get another Graveyard Trespasser, which means they probably get rid of a couple cards in the yard, but that's fine. We're not taking any extra damage, though. I don't believe. None of them are creatures. Yeah, none of them are creatures. We'll probably get rid of the Emperor, though, and yep. The Might Stone, we hit Urza. We're actually going to discard the Urza because we can get it back with the Shigeki. Or is it non-legendary? Oh, it's non-legendary cards. So we can't. Get rid of the Shigeki then. Or the Jace. Yeah, let's get rid of the second Jace. That's fine. We'll uptick. No attacks in case there's something random that has haste. Jace is a win con. Yeah, and I think our other win con's gonna be this Urza. We're gonna flip it over next turn. Or we're close, right? 5, 3, 5. Okay, we're pretty close. We can't do it yet. But it's pretty close. Let's see. So there's a lot we can do here. There is quite a lot we can do. Yeah, we'll take the 3 if we target the Flesh Gorger. Yeah, you know what? They can't crew the Bankbuster either. So I actually think that's okay. They could crew the Bankbuster now in response. Alright, they didn't. Do we play Urza? But then we can't play Teferi. I think Teferi is just better. We'll draw. We did hit the land. Do we want to play Shigeki? We can get back Farewell, Partition, and Broker. Yeah, I don't think we want to play the Shigeki. They can't crew Bankbuster unless they play another creature. They have a creature land. We have a blocker. So, there's the crew for the Bankbuster, but at the end of the day, this isn't really like anything frightening at all. We can still just block. They can't kill either Planeswalker with just the Bankbuster. So, we're going to block here. I'm not going to let Teferi take that damage. 5 loyalty is a lot for them to deal with. Let's see. So it'd be X equals 1. That's not really all that impressive. Well, Urza. We'll meld it. Do they have the 1 removal spell? No removal. Exile this. We'll make 2 tokens. Token here. Uptick on the Gix. Yep. Can't really get out of the game anymore. What do we want to do here? We're up against just straight mono black. Farewell's pretty good. It's just another board wipe. It is expensive though. Could have Invoke. So do we just want to get rid of the brokers? It is a one of. It's not like as crazy as it could be. Soul Partition's okay. It might be too much in this game. Lots of creatures. Mick disappears on the draw against their 3-drops. I really don't know if we want this, the negate, or maybe Circle Confinement. I mean, all this removal's pretty good. We're gonna get rid of most of their cards. Let's see. It doesn't untap. I really like all of our Planeswalkers, honestly. Partition seems a little bit worse on the draw. And I actually think this is also worse on the draw. Let's try something like this out. Maybe we take out all the Skelves, or Skelves, however you say it. Enchantment, because it's just, like, on the draw, it's just a lot slower. And... I don't know if we keep this hand. We might. All we really have is Jace. I think we gotta take the mulligan. This is way better. I would like to keep all these cards, please. I want all of them, please. Don't tell me I gotta put one back. Alright, let's do that. We want to put this all the way over here. That way we play our lands in the right order. We'll hold up this Make Disappear, like I said, for their 3-drop, and then we can follow that up with a play of our own. So let's counterspell this. We'll untap, play the Razor Verge. I'm going to just play the Shigeki here because we don't really have anything else, and kind of forces them to have to do something. We actually do have an Esper deck on the YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, definitely click on that link, subscribe. Check out the videos. A few days ago we did have an Esper deck, so we played it during early access. It was really awesome, really, really good. Kaya is definitely a really powerful card. It's definitely the card that makes that deck exist, pretty much. Opponent with the Hearse here. We're trying to get this Farewell online eventually. And they might just come in for 2. We're going to make our opponent spend mana. And then play the Wandering Emperor. Because we would rather them do this. Now they can't invoke. And they only have 4 mana. So if they had another play that was 5, or if they double spell, they can no longer do it. So we get to untap. We have Jace. Jace will come down with 5. Uptick on Shigeki. Uptick on Jace. That way the Jace is protected from like a Bank Buster hit or something like that. No attacks, we'll pass it back. We want to hold the Shigeki to block this Bank Buster when it does attack us here, because pretty high likely chance that they have a 3-powered creature in their hand. I mean, they're getting a draw now plus their draw for the turn, so 2 more chances to hit like a Graveyard Trespasser, anything like that. And we'll see if that does happen. So they have the Invoke. I think that we get rid of the Wandering Emperor because Jace is just better. If we draw a land, we can exile both of their permanents. Alright, it's a tab land, so we do just have to play Teferi here. And let's see, we can uptick, we can draw and draw. I think we'll just uptick here. You're saying token and draw? I can kind of see that. They do hit 2 creatures, though, with the creature land. So we're really hoping to dodge a removal spell. Like, what? How do we not get blown out here? Is it just... Yeah, let's try this out. They mill 3. Alright, pretty good. We hit another farewell, which is fine. This gets a counter. Teferi gets a loyalty counter. No cut down right now for this. And we still have farewell to reset the game, if need be. Which I think is okay. Still not in the best shape, don't get me wrong, but could have an invoke here, which would be really bad. Not really much we could do about it, though. We don't have any mana, no counter spells right now in hand. Okay, Flesh Gorger is fine. And we'll see what else they do. Okay, so they might activate both of these and attack. Gonna crew the Hearst, that's okay. Okay, so I think we keep Teferi. I think Teferi is the better Planeswalker here. Because Teferi draws us more cards. Jace does draw us more cards. Like, both of these can be win conditions. Jace, though, does downtick to draw more cards. Wow, they're attacking both at Teferi. No blocks. So, yeah, Teferi is the better card there. We just name Artifact because it's actually just going to get rid of literally all 3 of their cards. I would rather uptick on this just in case. Let's see. If we downtick, it goes down to 2. If they kill this, they can kill the Jace. I'd rather uptick to be safe. And we'll pass it back just in case. They have 3 cards in hand. Okay. Sorin's pretty good. Pretty good card. I think we hold this back just in case. Like, let's say they play like another Mishra's or something like that. It's pretty bad. At least that's my logic in wanting to hold it back. Oh, I didn't know we had Vigilance. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, the more you learn. Did not know that, hearsay. Did not know that. Let's draw. Just a land. Let's do this. I can make another token, but then there's Sorin would die. We could play another Jace. I think this is fine. It's a little bit rough. But I still don't think it's that bad. We have a 6/6. Like, it's going to be hard for them to deal with that. But, you know, they do draw the Invoke here. So Invoke's definitely going to help them quite a lot. It's going to get rid of our Planeswalker and our creature. We'll lose 2 life. They get a redraw. So, obviously, opponent hit the right card that they needed at the right time there. Okay, Tenacious Underdog's pretty good. We do draw just a land, though. They have Sorin. We can't Farewell and Jace in the same turn. Upticking here doesn't really do it. Jace, uptick. This is 4 coming back. Alright, 8 cards. Yeah. I'm gonna redraw. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can bring in the Fateful Absence. Ooh, another land. That's rough. Well, at least we're making ourselves seem vulnerable. That's the best thing. We're gonna exile some cards. We still have a Farewell. Like, we could reset the game. Reset the game. Look for a Storm the Festival. That's our game plan right now. That would help quite a lot. Yep, Misery Shadow. We obviously just want them to just keep putting cards on the battlefield. Just stuff that's not Planeswalkers would be ideal. Okay, gonna pump it up. This could have already crewed, but it's okay. We'll take them spending their mana. Jace is gonna die no matter what. We'll take 4, go down to 14. Unless they attack both of Jace. They might just attack both of Jace. Okay. That's fine. Really hoping that they just play another card. Alright. And they did. Wow, we hit Wandering Emperor. It was pretty good. Eternal Wander. Let's do creatures, artifacts. Unfortunately, we're not getting to use the Iker right now. Pass it back. Just gonna hold on to this Wandering Emperor in the land. In case they make us like discard a card, we'll have something to discard. Soren's kind of running away with the game though. We really need to find a way to deal with it soon. Oh, but there's a duress for our Eternal Wanderers, so really looking for Storm the Festival now. Our opponents have been getting some really good draws here. Okay, Mistress Foundry, that's fine. Yeah, Shigeki would be really good too, because we can get back. Shigeki wouldn't really do it, because we can't get back our Planeswalkers. Unfortunately, it's not legendary, so we can only get back like the Farewell right now. I think that's fine. Something. Yeah, like Shigeki's good, but it's a little bit tough because most of our cards are legendary. So we're mostly like getting back our removal, wedding announcements, stuff like that when we get later in the game. Storm the Festivals. So like Shigeki's really good. It could be a card that we switch for something else. Alright, our opponent has another Invoke here. Gonna draw some more cards. We'll go down to 6. Potentially going to activate their creature land here. Okay, 4 mana. They have a Shieldred. We hit it to Fairy. And we are going to go down to 2 here, and all we hit is a wedding announcement. So unfortunately, we are going to go down to game 3. So a bit rough. You know, we faced... looks like 3 Invokes there. So Invokes, you know, definitely a card that exists in Standard. Gonna get rid of the Gauntlet. And I think the Tamiyo's fine. Maybe we did want the Fateful Absence, not sure. Hey, what's up, ICPJs? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Doing pretty good. We're just hanging out, playing some new cards, trying some new things out. Yeah, we'll try this out. I think it's okay. You think wanted the Fateful? Yeah, maybe. Probably. But I think it's okay. Yeah, the main reason would be because it's just more removal against Planeswalkers, right? I'm not going to play the Shigeki yet. I'd rather just hold on to it. Yeah, we'll counter that. And then set up the tempo with our wedding announcement here. We really need to draw some lands now, so... you know, not playing the Shigeki does have its positives and negatives. Duress, probably take the Wandering Emperor here. We do hit a land. We'll get the Shigeki down. There isn't really anything we can get back. The counter spell, but... think it's okay. We'll attack for 1. We'll get another token. They might just kill the Shigeki. Looks like they will. That's fine. Opponent losing cards. If we draw land, we have Mightstone. Okay, Phyrexian Arena. We do draw the land, so we'll also be drawing some cards here. We're going to be drawing 2. And you bet we'll be attacking to try to find that 6th land for our cards. And we did find the 6th land, but it does come into play tapped. Now we do have Mightstone off of a Mightstone as well. There's an Obliterator. And we have Negate, so let's play this. We'll play our new Mightstone. We'll keep that one. -5/-5 on the Obliterator. Attack our opponent for 4. And we hold up Negate for whatever they play next. So now if they want to play their Planeswalker, we have an outright answer to it before it even hits the table. They have Shieldred, which is fine. It's a magic card. We have Storm the Festival. We also have Farewell. Okay, we'll get rid of both of these. Let's Storm. Teferi and Wedding Announcement. We also have Skrells. I think I'd rather get both of these. Let's see. I will make the token. And then we'll get another token. Yep, we're going to go up to 10, 12. I got a lot of cards in hand. There's the Invoke. Yeah, unfortunately we're going to lose it to Fairy here, so a bit annoying. We tapped out and they had the card they needed at the right time, but you know, definitely part of the game here. If they have a removal spell, we're going to lose our actually good token. We do have some blocks. They're still at 12. It's looking okay. I think we're still alright. We're going to lose some life here, unfortunately. We'll play the Celestis. Pass the turn back. Yeah, this is where we, you know, having that Faithful Absence definitely would have helped. Just because we got to get rid of this Shieldred. Okay, Takenuma. They can get back Obliterator, but they're playing Shadow. They're not even playing Obliterator. That's a bit awkward. We can sack this to counter it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Still have a Farewell. So yeah, they don't have any more mana for this. That's a really good point. And we'll go ahead and target the Misery Shadow here with the copy. Alright, so we get to counter that. Still have Negate. There's an Underdog. That's fine. We go down to 14, though, which is a bit annoying, but we could just Farewell and hold up Negate. But then they still have Obliterator. I can't cast a Storm the Festival yet. We didn't want to do this anyways because of Shieldred. Alright, they go back up to 16. It's a bit of a rough fight here. There's the Obliterator. Really want them to cast some more cards, but they're not going to, it looks like. Okay, we get a 6/6, but it's not really why we're here. 2, 3, 6, and we still have Celestis. Okay. Creatures, enchantments. Graveyards, maybe? Yeah, let's get rid of graveyards just in case. Just in case. Oh, because of the storm, the festival? I gotcha. Yeah, a little bit of a mistake. It's okay. It's all good. It is all good. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good, though. It's okay. You know, things happen. Ooh, we do hit a negate here, though. That's a bit annoying. Let's try and redraw here. Turn it to daytime. Another negate. That's fine. We know they're not going to resolve their non-creature spells. We could do this. I have a feeling we're going to need these negates. I just have a feeling, you know? Okay, there's a Foundry. That's fine. If we draw a land, we can just discard it to Celestis. Storm the Festival's great. Let's get that down. And we still have negates for these invokes that are probably going to come down. Let's go get a token here. We're going to activate the Foundry. We'll go down to 9. They have a Misery Shadow, which we can still block. Hit a land here. Let's redraw. Teferi's great. Yep, Teferi. I'll make a token. Let's pass it back. We get another token here too. Kind of like where our board is going here. And they can attack, but you know what? We got Block City over here with all of our tokens, so I highly doubt they're going to get through all these blocks. Unless there's like randomly a card that gives their creature trample, so... Alright, let's block here. Got a double block to make them spend mana, but right now they have so much mana, it just like doesn't matter. Trespasser's pretty good. But we are getting a lot of redraws here, especially because we have the Celestis. So Teferi and the token will get a counter. We'll redraw off of the Teferi. Hitting an Urza. Okay. So we can Urza. And then we'll go ahead and meld it. And we're able to take that match down. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Gonna be on the draw here with some Bant Planeswalkers. Let's see if we can do it up. Get some things down on the battlefield. That'll definitely be helpful. And let's see. I think we gotta take a mulligan here. This is more of a keepable hand. I don't know if they're playing creatures, so this Farewell might just go back. It's a bit risky, obviously, because they could have, you know, could be playing a creature strategy where that Farewell will be useful, but I think it's okay. Sorry about that, just opened up a video there by accident. Alright, so let's do all of these lands first. Pass them back. And let's see what happens here. Let's get the Shigeki down. It could die to a removal spell. We'll see. It might not. Alright, our opponent getting another Blood Tithe Harvester down, so... Yeah, you know what? Putting that Farewell back definitely, you know, hurt us a little bit, obviously. You know, definitely not in the most ideal situation right now. If we play this Jace, it's going to die to the other Blood Tithe Harvesters, so we actually can't play it right now. We might be able to just cast the next turn, which would be pretty nice, or we could wait for this Might Stone, Weak Stone, but, you know, obviously, not really knowing what we're playing against, a 6-mana card is usually not the card that you want to keep in your hand, so, like I said, I don't really feel bad about, putting that back. And we hit a Depopulate here, which is nice. The main problem is that they are going to get to redraw a card, but I think it's worth it just because it's going to get rid of both of the permanents that they have in play, and then next turn we can set up this Might Stone, Weak Stone to kill whatever they play next, or maybe even draw some cards and then kind of ramp into maybe some of our other cards as well. Maybe like a Celestus plus a Jace, something like that. So Depopulate does redraw them. Opponent did not use their other blood token though, so that means that they have some pretty good cards in their hand. If they play Shieldred, we have a card that just outright kills it. So we're going to go down to 9. And then we're going to kill the Shieldred here. And we'll -5 on the Shieldred. Okay. Three cards left. Here's an Atsushi. And we have a Jace and a Teferi, but we can only cast one. I think we just Jace here. Uptick on the Atsushi. And we can kind of keep this at bay a little bit by just upticking on the Jace, and then we'll have the Teferi down. Probably uptick on the Teferi to try to draw something really good. Ooh, opponent though does have the Invoke Despair here. Gonna lose the Jace, probably take a point of damage. Yep, gonna go down to 4. And well, Teferi doesn't really do it for us. It does go to 5. Let's still do this. Let's draw a card. Urza is fine. Let's see, 3. So we need a land and we can activate Urza? That's pretty good. Especially if our opponent taps out. Okay, here's a Blood Tithe. Okay, Misery Shadow. Alright, I mean, we might get this Urza down, but at the same time, it's gonna take a hit, potentially. So, we would want to... This is gonna get a counter on our turn when we draw. Jace is pretty good. We could draw. I forgot to take off my emotes here. We could draw off of the Teferi to try to hit something good. We can also uptick on the Atsushi. Play this, gives us a blocker. Play this. Let's redraw. Let's see if we hit something good. Okay, just a land. So let's play Jace. Let's see. We can't do... We can't do Jace plus both of these. But I think it's definitely Jace. You're saying Urza meld? We don't have enough. 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do. Yep. We're going to lose Urza, though. Well, maybe. Let's get Urza down, and then we can try this. Still worried that their last card's a removal, maybe. That was kind of like what I was worried about, honestly. Like, they have a stop, so it's probably like a go for the throat or something. Maybe it could be like a Infernal Grasp, but they definitely have something here. We'll exile the Atsushi, make 2 1/1 tokens. Okay, we get the Urza. So we get to exile the Atsushi. And then we'll get to make 2 tokens here, which can still block and give us the ability for our Planeswalkers to survive. Draw 2, then discard. Yep, make 2 1/1s. Yeah, it looks like hitting that land was actually what we needed. So we'll make 2 1/1s. They only have 1 card left. They could sack it for a blood token to cycle. They might do that. Right now, Urza wouldn't die to the Blood Tithe, but the Teferi would. So they get rid of an Undying Malice. They're going to crack another Blood. So they redraw, and then they get a draw for turn. So we'll see if one of their cards, or both, was a removal spell. If they hit an Invoke here, we're definitely in a very, very tough spot. Where our Urza would go down to 1. Yeah, Invoke it. Yeah, Invoke and we're... no, we would go down to... Yeah, Invoke, we're dead because both creatures. So they're going to attack both at Urza. That's fine. We can block here, block here. Just some blocks. Maybe they do have the Invoke and then they finish us off now. Okay, Flesh Scourger for 7. Sure. That's definitely a magic card. We can't kill it with a Teferi, so we kind of have to draw. We have to try to draw a lot of cards this turn, is where we're at. Oh, we just hit depopulate anyways. Okay, that's fine. I think we'll give them, we'll wait a second. We'll wait a second, see how the game plays out, but we'll depopulate. Blow up the board. They get a redraw, that's fine. Really hoping to dodge an Invoke. Artifacts, instants, and sorceries cost 2 less. We gain 2. Draw 2, then discard. Yeah, this actually, you're right, this protects us against Invoke. Because now if they do Invoke, we're not going to lose any life because we have a ton of cards to sacrifice to it, including the wedding announcement. So yeah, there's the Invoke. We just sacrifice this, that, Teferi. We have 3 left. So even if they Invoke again, okay, Might Stone's great here. Let's gain some life. Let's draw 2. Okay. Gain some life. Go up to 8. Gauntlet. Teferi. We're gonna lose 2 life for Teferi though. That's fine. Even if they have an Invoke, we have enough protection, so it just like doesn't matter. Teferi up to 9. We'll uptick 0. Play this tapped. 5. Get them down to 13 and pass the turn. So even if they do have the Invoke, we still have an enchantment, a creature, 2 planeswalkers to sacrifice. And our opponent's going to pack it up. Alright, took down game 1 with some grind. We want the negates, we want the make disappears, we want the farewell, the fateful absences. The circle confinements can all come in. We just bring in all the removal for all their creatures. We cut Tamio's a little bit weak. Burger's Ascendancy, the Gauntlet's okay. Skrelv isn't really going to do it. This is not that matchup. Soul Partition is fine. Shigeki is fine. We need to cut 4 cards. Let's cut the Soul Partition completely. Let's cut... I just think we'd cut both Shigekis. And I think we probably had to cut a Planeswalker or something like that. we mostly just like turn into like a blue-white deck that plays Storm the Festival. Okay. Alright, let's try this out. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, we don't want to draw too many Urzas. We just need one, right? And even if it dies, like, I think that'll probably be okay. We'll see. And we're on the draw. It's a really slow hand, but we could mulligan. I think we have to keep it just because we have lands, we have spells. And our opponent is taking a mulligan themselves. We'll see if they keep their 6-card hand. And we'll see what they do. Wow, so they went down to 5. That's pretty rough for them. Alright, Circle Confinement's great. It's just a nice little backup removal spell. Yep, we'll get the wedding announcement down, start that going. We have a Wandering Emperor now. They might kill the token. If they do, we're pretty happy with that. They'll keep losing cards, go for the throat. It's fine. They used it on a wedding announcement token. We're pretty happy with that. Okay, Flesh Gorger. Alright. We'll just play Circle of Confinement on that. We'll play this and pass it back. We get a token. If they have Invoke, we're going to have to sacrifice the wedding announcement, but I think that's okay. And then we still have Wandering Emperor later for this, if need be. I think I'd rather wait. They have 3 cards left. We really want to dodge an Invoke here. If we play the Wandering Emperor, they wouldn't get the redraws, and that's like the best part about that card, in my opinion. Alright. Yeah, let's play Island to kind of bluff something there. We'll attack. End the turn, we get a token, pass it back. We have 2 2/2s, so I'm guessing Invoke's going to come here. If it does, yep, that's fine. We sack this. Sack the wedding announcement. They get a redraw. We play a Wandering Emperor. Down tick. Draw. 2, 3. Play the Brushland, the Celestis. Wedding announcement. We will make another Samurai. Attack. And we get to draw a card. So we have plenty of removal. We have threats on the battlefield of Planeswalker if they want to go for another Invoke. Yeah, they're not going to draw. They're not going to get to draw any cards here, though. So we'll get rid of our wedding announcement. The Wandering Emperor is going to go, but we still have tons of removal. We have Celestis to keep redrawing as well, which is fantastic. So let's do that now. Redraw, okay. Get rid of this Razor Verge. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. I think we still play this because we want to Might Stone, Weak Stone plus removal spell next turn with the 7 mana that we have. So we have the opponent down to 12. They've already used 2 of their Invoke. Okay, there's Invoke number 3. So we do have to pay some life for the Flesh Gorger. Let's see. Yep, that's fine. We have to pay some life for the Flesh Gorger. Opponent gets a redraw. Yep, gonna have to pay the 7, but you know what? It's okay. We can play this. Draw 2. Let's see. I think we keep that and we just play this. And then attack. We get a token. We get a redraw. Alright, depopulate's fantastic here. Gives us more options to wipe the board. Opponent still has 5 cards in hand, though, so we're not out of this game just yet. We do have some removal spells for them, though, if that's what they decide they want to do. Get some cards down. And we're hoping to take this down here. They're at 10. They got 4 cards left. Okay, Soul Transfer for the Flesh Gorger. It's interesting. We have Negate. Okay. Well, Farewell deals with the Flesh Gorger. The question is do we just attack to get another 1/1? I think we want the cards. I think we want the cards. And I think our friend Hearsay is correct. We'll get the Circle Confinement down. That way, if they do hit the Invoke, we will not lose our wedding announcement. We'll get the draw card here, which is nice. We have Negate for the Invoke either way, but okay, Teferi's a nice draw here. They're gonna crack the Clue. That's fine. And they can play the Flesh Gorger if they want. It'll tap them out for the turn. Okay, Shieldred instead. So Shieldred's definitely problematic. We hit Wandering Emperor, though. Okay. Well, I think we do have to wipe the board here, unfortunately. Let's attack. Yep, we'll attack. They'll block the 2/2. Maybe they won't, maybe they will. We're happy if they just take the 3. Yep, just gonna take the 3 here. And we'll depopulate. And then we have the Farewell for the Flesh Gorger on the following turn. Plus, Planeswalkers, we have Wandering Emperor if need be. We get a redraw here because we attack with 2 creatures, which is nice, so lots of answers in our hand for whatever they play. We can't just Might Stone the Flesh Gorger, though, because then we would die. We don't have enough life for it. But that's okay. It really just depends on what they want to do right now. If they go for the Invoke, we're pretty happy because we have a Negate for it, or we have at least 1 permanent we can sacrifice, but we don't want to go down to 2 life. That's a bit risky. There's a Soul Transfer. We'll negate it. We'll stop that. Do they have the Invoke? That would put us down to 2. And then we would have to hope to hit some good cards here. But I think that that was still the correct play there. Wow, they're just going to cast the Flesh Gorger as a 3/3. We can gain a life here. Kill this, go to 3. If they have Invoke, it's pretty scary. Let's see, we can play this, redraw. Or do we just want to draw off of this? I'm just going to do this to be safe. We still don't lose because we have Circle or the Wedding Announcement to sacrifice. Yep. You best believe we're going to gain some life, go up to 7. We hit a Jace. Let's play that. We'll uptick on the Jace for 0. We still have Wandering Emperor, so we're not going to do anything yet. They have 3 cards in hand. And we'll see what they do here. We could play Wandering Emperor. That would give us something to do. I think that's fine. We'll get a token. They kill it, they kill it. It's fine. Alright, we hit a depopulate. That's pretty good. We're just gonna mill them, try to draw a card that we can use to end the game now. We can end it by upticking the Wandering Emperor. Okay, they just hit that. Well, let's see if they have the removal spell for us here. They have to have the removal. They got 3 cards in hand. You would think that they do. We'll see if they do. Oh. We'll give them a little bit of some oops for them. So yeah, don't oops your opponent too early or you will literally get destroyed. So yeah, we'll see you for the next match.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book stores got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below. And on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you. All right, let's go ahead and do this here. We'll try this. Let's start off with the deserted beach. I'm not really into emotes, so we're just going to disable those. Okay, it looks like we're up against another black base deck. Let's get this wedding announcement down. It makes a token. And then we have Wandering Emperor after that. Hey, what's up, Chuck? How's it going? Go ahead and take that. Mono Islands, no attacks. And the turn, get another token. It looks like they have a removal spell for us. Or like, we're really happy when they use removal spells on these tokens because it's just free value. It pretty much turns into wedding announcement, just makes our opponent discard cards. Like, that's really good value there. And yep, we got the Wandering Emperor here for him. We really need a land to get this Teferi or this Might Stone down. So let's down tick. Let's exile the underdog. We'll go up to 19 unless they have a way to kill their underdog, which, I mean, I'm fine with all this happening. If they want to spend cards and do that, that's fine. We're not really too worried about that. We'll go ahead and play this here. Hey, that's awesome, Chuck. Glad you joined up in the Magic. Magic is great. One of my favorite games. Been playing for a very long time. And wedding announcement's going to make them discard another card. Alright, we get another token here. And invoke in 3, 2... No invoke. Wow, okay. Just going to kill that card instead. Well, Teferi. Down tick. I'm going to draw. Because I don't really want my Teferi to get too low. I don't want them to have like some kind of burn spell, because if they're playing things like a Braid, they could be playing damage spells for Planeswalkers, but at the end of the day, right now, it doesn't even look like they're doing that. We'll make a token. Uptick on our other 1/1 here. Put a +1/+1 counter on it, that way we can come in for more damage. And then we'll come in for 6 here. Get our opponent down to 8. Nice little fresh redraw here with the Might Stone. Opponent's not playing blue, so we know they don't have any counter spells. This is just going to resolve. Going to draw a couple cards here. Okay. We hit a Gauntlet, which is pretty nice. Draw some cards. Teferi gets bigger. We cannot cast the Gauntlet, so we're just going to play this Razorverge Thicket top. So that way on the following turn we have a lot more mana. And our opponent's just going to hard cast the Flesh Gorger. We're going to uptick on all of our cards some more. We'll play a new Might Stone. Given their Phyrexian Flesh Gorger -5/-5, and then we just attack for the win. So let's go ahead and move on to game 2. We want to bring in these negates, the Make Disappears, the Farewell, the Faithful Absences. We would imagine that they're playing Bloodtithe Harvesters. We know they have underdogs, so Circle Confinements are worth it. We can pretty much just cut. Well, we ended up cutting in the last matchup, so let's get rid of this Broker's Ascendancy, Urza, all 3 of these Skrells. Shigeki's not really that good here. Soul Partition's the other card, and the Gauntlet, which Gauntlet's great, but that's not really what we want to be doing. And yeah, we'll go ahead, see if we can get another good start here against our opponent. And 6-land hand, we got a mulligan, we're on the draw, so mulliganing is a little bit mitigated here. It's tough because we want to keep the Farewell, knowing that they're playing a lot of creatures. All of our cards are really good here. We did put in an extra Farewell, and I think we only have 2 Teferis. Yeah, I think we put back the Farewell. It's a little bit risky because Negate doesn't like line up to their creature cards, but at the same time, like, let's say that they're just trying to resolve like a Fable on turn 3, then, you know, Negate's going to be really, really good against that. So let's go ahead and pass. Let's see if they do have the Fable on turn 3. And there it is, so now we can negate that. We'll get the untap. We'll play this Wedding Announcement, which is just a... Or we can play... Yeah, we'll play Wedding Announcement because Celestis doesn't get us to Teferi, because this Razor Verge Thicket comes in tapped. So I think I'd rather just get the Wedding Announcement down. It starts to do some work for us. Okay, our opponent does get Sorin, which is really good. They're actually going to uptick on it. A little bit surprising there. We do draw the Fateful Absence. So we'll go ahead and kill the Sorin here before it gets back to their turn. Razor Verge is going to come into play tap. We'll hit for 1. Get another 1/1 token here and pass the turn back. Opponent has a lot of cards in the hand here. 5 cards in hand. And let's see what happens. Burn down the house, making 3 devils, okay. Interesting. I think we'll just take it for now. Hey, what's up, Kush? How's it going, homie? Good to see you. I think we just gotta pass. We're not hitting lands. It's a little bit annoying, but you know what? We still got plenty of game here. Opponent's gonna draw off the clue, so it's a great sign. It pretty much means they don't really have anything. And they're just gonna say go. Yeah, we're just all gas right now. No breaks. Just go ahead and make this 2/2 Samurai. Hit a Jace. That's pretty good. Uptick on one of the tokens. They have removal. That's fine. We play Jace. Uptick on a token. And I'm coming in for 3. If they want to kill the Samurai, they have to block with their 2 other devils. So they're in this really awkward spot where they can't really have a good block. We're doing really good. We're playing some Bant Planeswalkers, Bant Storm here. Recording for the YouTube, so anybody who's watching right now, don't forget to drop that subscription to my YouTube. Really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're like 70, 80-ish away, so if you subscribe, that would be a really, really big help. We're also going to give away a free code here pretty soon, as well as a pack after that. And if you're brand new, here's links to my tournaments and the other giveaways that I'm doing. Oops. Alright, and you can check out all those links as well down below in the description if you're watching on YouTube. So you're able to get in on those giveaways as well. Hey, Egberto, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Really close to 1,000. So it looks like they're going to soul transfer the Jace. Unfortunately for our opponent, we have yet what's called another Jace. This is what we in the biz call the other Jace. Alright, let's uptick here. Gonna come in for 5. And they're gonna go down to 6. We have 2 Planeswalkers still active. They can kill the Wandering Emperor if they want. But that means that their blockers are gonna have to be tapped, so they might be looking for another burn down the house. If they do, they can kill the Jace. But then we just have more Planeswalkers after that. And we'll uptick here. Looks like they have a removal spell for one of the tokens. That's fine. We'll attack for 2. Play another Planeswalker. No creature land, we'll draw. We had a Fateful Absence. Pretty nice right now, especially considering they just have some tokens. So 2 cards in hand. They hit a Duress. That's pretty good. It's going to get rid of our Fateful Absence. Wow, it actually gets rid of the other Jace. I'm actually really surprised by that. Just because the Fateful Absence is way better right now against them. That second Jace isn't really going to come down. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything here. They do get a clue. Let's draw. Okay. So if we attack, kill this, we give them a clue. It potentially gives them another draw for something good. But it also means that they have to go down to 2. They're just going to deal us the 1 damage, or they can ping a Planeswalker. Like, that's fine. And we'll attack for 2. They got a block. They're going to crack the clue to try to find an answer here, but like Jace is just putting in a lot of work right now. Alright, there's the Abrade. We still have 2 Planeswalkers. One of their creatures is smaller. Teferi's going to go down to 4. And we hit Celestus. We'll take the action. Hitting a Storm the Festival. We already have our triple green. Draw a card, gets a loyalty. Gonna Storm the Festival here. Wedding Announcement and a Might Stone. So we'll draw 2. Okay. And we hit a Circle Confinement, and we're going to use that to kill one of the tokens. Uptick on the other token, and as you can see, this deck is super, super powerful. I've had a blast playing it so far. I mean, we've taken down like 3 black decks in a row. So if you're looking for a Meta Crusher, this is definitely the deck.